Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. Today is Tuesday, December 30th. 2025. It is 10:10. And this is going to be a short one. At least that's what I think. So today I spent a lot of time trying to figure out one little issue, one little error inside of the app, which I don't know what the hell happened, but can't figure it out. So when a user completes a task, it just won't work. It won't log it. It won't save it. Nothing works with it, which is very frustrating because there's really no reason why it's doing this. So there's no reason why it shouldn't be logging the task and the dates and the timestamp and all that stuff, because when a user completes a task, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to save the time, the date, and everything that they completed it. And then after the day ends, it becomes official. They completed it. And then all that stuff is stored. And yeah. So I don't know what the hell's going on. It's very frustrating though. I really don't know why. I'm looking at stuff right now, so I'm kind of distracted. But yeah, anyway, I spent pretty much the entire day doing that. And actually this morning I worked on other stuff, and then I started clicking on the complete task button because I implemented sounds that go with it. And the sounds work, so it's cool. When you click on a task, it makes a little sound, it's a little effect, and then when you achieve a certain medal, there's another sound that pops up, which I think is even cooler, which makes me excited because it feels like I really actually unlocked something with the sound effect and the screen and the animation and the medal that pops up. Just cool. I'm really pumped about it. So made the app feel a little bit more real for me, which is really exciting. So anyway, I did that. That's cool. But the issue is that it's not working right now. I just can't complete a task, and I have been going at this one singular error all day long. Can't figure it out. I've made progress on it. Things are changing slightly. Things are improving, I guess, but it's not a solid fix, which is goddamn so frustrating. But it's okay. Figure it out. We will figure it out. So anyway, that's pretty much how I spent the entire day. And it's kind of frustrating because in some ways I feel like I made zero progress, but in other ways, I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those things that I just got to get past, you know. It's a little test for me to overcome, so we'll pass it. This is the first time we've had a really big pain in the ass issue like this before, so I'm not worried, but still sucks, but whatever. Other thing that happened this morning was I went and had my, quote, interview at FedEx again. So actually, let me think about this. So that would be my first, let me think about this. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. This is my sixth interview with FedEx, actually. I had one in southern Utah. I had one in Arizona. I had two in Colorado. I had one in Utah when I moved back. And then I had one today. So it's my sixth interview with FedEx, which is interesting. Just with the different contractors. And it's so funny because I can't even go into the building because I don't have any kind of security clearance. So we just sat out there in the cold. I think it was 20 degrees this morning. I'm wearing a dress shirt, slacks, shoes, and a jacket. I'm just sitting out in front of the building waiting for them to come out. They come out, talk to me for a sec, and nothing that I haven't heard already. Everything seems the same. So, yeah, everything went well. It was so weird. It wasn't really in an interview, as you might think of an interview. It was more of a, hey, when can you start? Here's how we run our operation. It's pretty nice. Here's your route. This is probably what you'll be doing. What do you think? I said, honestly, I don't want to do that, but if that's all you have, then I can make that work. Just being honest from the get, which is cool. And they said, oh yeah, we totally get it. It's quite a drive. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, more details to come on that, but it's going to be a part-time thing. It's going to be 3 days a week, and that's just probably what it's going to be, because right now with Mina I think here's the thing. So with Mina and just FedEx, I believe that would allow me to, I'd be fine there. Just 3 days a week with FedEx, and then Mina 4 days a week right now at the 20 hours. That would be, I'd have enough. But with the extra of Trey, that boosted up about $120, $150. So if you add that in, then, even better. But I think it's just better to not account for something like that if it's so small. So anyway, 3 days a week is probably going to be what I do. I don't need to do 4. Maybe I will just for extra. But also when I do that, that's, I'm taking 10 hours out of my day to make, I don't know, I guess shit money, but gotta do what you gotta do to survive. So this is only temporary for sure. And I actually had a little moment of reflection when I got home. I got home from the interview, and I was just sitting there, parked my car in my driveway, not my garage, which it was still really, I say early, but I don't mean early. I mean the sun was still rising. It was crisp. The morning, you could see the horizon line, all this stuff. It was beautiful. I just sat there, and I just looked at my car, and then I looked at the neighborhood that I'm in. I looked at the townhomes, and I looked over at the home gym that I have, and I just took it all in, because I'm sitting here kind of bummed that I have to get a job again. But if you just look around the things that I've been able to accomplish, it's a good feeling. I'm looking at a car that I actually love so much. I love it. I'm a Tesla fanboy now. I think they're so much fun to drive. I think they're so cool. I think the technology is insane. It's unbelievable. And I'm looking at the townhome that I live in, looking at the neighborhood. I'm looking at the neighbors that we have. I mean, as I was sitting in my car, I looked to my left, and there was a guy, and he just drove right by, and it was a very nice new Porsche that he had. It was blue. Just drove down the road. Just beautiful car. I'm not a Porsche fanboy, but I can appreciate them for sure. And then behind him was, I assume, his wife, maybe, in a white, what do they call them, the SUV version of the Porsche? I don't know what you call them. The hatchback version? I don't know. Whatever the in between, I don't know, whatever it is. And they just drove off. And I thought, holy shit, it's just cool. I said, God damn it. God damn it. I do so good. I do so good. But that's just, I guess, the people that I live with now. Not live with, but live by. And I think that's cool. The people who I am in close proximity with have reached a level of life where that's normal for them. And I think that's cool. I mean, my neighbor that I can see right now watching TV in his 5-story townhome. It is 5-story because you park, you have the garage, you walk up to the first floor, and you walk up maybe 10 more stairs, and you're into the kitchen. You go to the next floor, that's where all the bedrooms are, and then you go to the very top where the balcony is, and then the big, TV room, whatever you want to call it. 5-story townhome. Right there, my neighbor. I could take probably 30 steps, and I'd be at his front door. And that's just where I'm at right now. And it's cool. So I just took a moment to reflect, and now I've got this home gym. There's stuff that's been on my vision board or wish list or whatever for a while, and I've finally have these things. They're real life, and I just think it's crazy. So I really just took it in because I have to get this job back and work hourly for a company that can replace me instantly, and it's all good. But part of me is very excited. The other part of me feels like it's a step back. The other part of me feels like it's a wonderful opportunity to meet people in Park City. They actually told us how the drivers who go to Park City actually get tips, and there's a lot of opportunity over there just with the types of people that you meet and who's over there. And yeah, I mean, the area that I'd be delivering to is Park City in Utah. If you don't know anything about it, it's pretty much just a big ski town in Utah, and it is very nice, very upscaled. There's a lot of very wealthy individuals that live over there. I'd be willing to bet that the top 100 richest people in Utah, I would be willing to bet that maybe, I don't know, 20-30% of them are from Park City. Just because, I mean, out of the whole state, I'd be willing to make that bet. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's probably Salt Lake. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, a lot of mixed emotions this morning, but came home and I really just stood in my garage for probably 3 straight uninterrupted minutes, just looking at my car and then looking at the townhomes, looking at the weights, the home gym, the mountain range, the view. I don't know. So is it a step back? I don't know. Is it a reminder to me that if I don't take my stuff serious, this is what happens, But at the same time, I knew this was the worst case scenario, and it really wasn't even that bad. Maybe that's why I'm in the spot, because the worst case scenario wasn't that bad, and it was almost in some ways a preference. I don't know. But anyway, that's kind of how today went. So I'll hear more back on that, probably start within the week. So yeah, little break in the action. 2025 didn't touch a FedEx truck, and 2026 may include a FedEx truck every week. Who knows? Whatever I need to do to afford my bills and put food on the table and ensure that we have a place to stay. I think I just want to do that. Then as long as I can do that, everything else is kind of just bonus and extra, because there's a few things that I need to pay for. There's a few projects that I have that I'm just going to work on, and that's going to be, I guess, the priority. Everything else I truthfully couldn't give a fuck about. So I'm cool. I'm feeling good about everything. So anyway, that's going to be the show. That's it. Thank you guys for listening. Talk to you later. Peace.